Happy Monday after Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness. Have you noticed? Um, it seems every year, but this year it really feels like Thanksgiving really got glossed over. And I know this happens every year. Like, it's such an interesting time, first of all, to have um, the final harvest because we know that Samhain, Halloween, the end of October, that cross quarter, the 1st of November, the end of October, is really the final harvest. And there's a lot of controversy around this holiday, and I get it. But gratitude itself, right? Thanksgiving, being thankful, appreciation. And there is a difference between thankfulness, gratitude, and appreciation. Um, but it just has felt really glossed over. And what I've been hearing and witnessing, seeing, is just this busyness, the hustle and bustle, which does typically always follow Thanksgiving Day. Like, boom, right into, right? And I think I was hearing advertisement more this year prior to the holiday than previous years. Could be because I'm not on the bog. I'm in southern Utah right now. You know, it's a little busier where I'm at than where I am when I'm at the cabin. Either way, curious if you're feeling and sensing that too, like this glossing over of Thanksgiving a little bit and just this really big push to get out and buy, to jump into the hustle and bustle of the holidays and all of the things that it goes with, and the extra stuff that's vibrating, the, the energy in the world. As a small business owner myself, and a consumer in the world, I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe I should have run out on Friday for Black Friday sales. Maybe I should offer a Black Friday sale. Today would be Cyber Monday. Maybe I shouldn't have ordered the things I ordered last week. I should have waited today. And maybe there's something else I must get. And oh, do I have an offering for Cyber Monday? And I have to tell myself to stop. Stop. First, for me as a small business owner, I honor sacred commerce. So it's like a Black Friday or a Cyber Monday. It's like none of that has to exist at all because the sacred commerce is make the exchange that feels right and integrity for my client, my mentee, my customer. Right? So I love sacred commerce, and I keep saying I'm going to do a little vlog on it. But I love sacred commerce because sacred commerce puts the responsibility back on you. You get to be empowered in ownership, and it is based all on trust, integrity, what you have to offer in exchange. I've said it so many times. I've taken bags of groceries, gift cards, energy exchange in other ways. It's really very beautiful when we can be cyclical that way. And it's really honoring your own autonomy and integrity. You become empowered when you can make those fair exchanges. And what's so sad is that often those are kind of scrooged a little bit, right? Or I'm going to take advantage of someone on either side of the sacred commerce exchange. It really asks us in our humanness, in our divine humanness, to come to the table in fair exchange. A lot of people will say to me, oh, as a business owner, you have some money issues. And I probably do. We all have many issues, right? We all have many issues because money has been distorted for generations. And that's how I feel about these Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays. It's like, oh gosh, really? Do we have to do that? And right? It seems manipulative. It seems there's a hypnotic rhythm. That's from a William Wallace book that I've listened to lately. Sort of brainwashing in a sense. I don't want to diminish the fun of that time of shopping. Jeff and I used to take the weekend. We'd have a wonderful family Thanksgiving dinner where we truly honored our families in gratitude and loved having everyone gather together. And then we would have like this weekend that was our like date weekend, and we would go and do all of our Christmas shopping. And that was fun for us. We enjoyed that. So I don't want to diminish that, but I also just want to witness out loud that I see there is a lot of manipulation and power hungry and greed that goes on, and it feels yucky during this time. So if you're feeling that, let me know. I'd love to just have dialogue about that, or maybe I'm the only one feeling it. But it feels really pushy right now and a little yucky right now as I've been out. And I don't do crowds really well. And so I took my mom to lunch today and just going by some of the big box stores and just seeing how crowded things are, or hearing the chatter. It just was a bit much. And maybe I'm the only one feeling it. I don't know. Just wanted to offer that there. But I do want to talk a little bit about gratitude before I jump into my next thing. But gratitude, I offer this simple gratitude journal making, which is always available if it's something that anyone wants to do, or you want to do it as a family. This, I haven't, interestingly enough, haven't really done one for a couple of years. Just did this one a couple of days ago. It felt really good. I keep my supplies really simple. 5 or more a day. I was invited probably 12 years ago. 5 or more a day, it would shift. And I have shifted every year since by offering simple gratitude. The thing about gratitude, though, that I'm learning, that I have learned over the last couple of years, that feels really good, is that I'm not always grateful. Well, I was always like, well, thank you, thank you, thank you. The politeness, thank you, thank you. Thank you for running me over. Thank you for all the surgeries I've had. I have gotten to a place where it's matured, and I can honestly say I am not thankful for that. And I've allowed that to process through me, to elevate me to a higher state of gratitude for the experiences I've had because of that moment. If that's something that resonates with you and you want to take it farther, I would love to have a conversation with you. Just reach out to me. But it has become a powerfully impactful shift that has enriched my gratitude practice. To know that it is okay to not be thankful for everything, then allowing that to move through to elevate gratitude. And then we see appreciation shine. It's so, so beautiful. So I invite you to 5 or more a day, right? And go really deep and be curious about it. Witnessing the moments that you feel gratitude in the day, really feeling it and letting it be authentic and true for you. Yeah, it's beautiful. What I really wanted to chat about today, what I really want to offer is rest. I know that we always get caught up. I get caught up, just as I was saying in the very beginning, caught up. There's so much to do, and events happening, and let's push and push and push ourselves through this dark season. And I'm using the word dark in that these are darker days in the northern hemisphere, right? From that cross quarter between the equinox and the solstice, which is the end of October, the 1st of November, to the solstice, which is Yule, the winter solstice, and then back to that cross quarter between winter solstice and spring equinox. So between Samhain, Yule, and then down to Imbolc, Candlemas. In the Northern Hemisphere, this is the time of rest. Our bodies automatically, when it gets darker, want to slow down, want to shut down, want to sleep. When we look at the cycle of Earth, and what is Mother Earth doing, right? It's her time to rest. We are made up of the same stuff that's making up Mama Earth, right? It's rest. It's going inward. It's shutting down for a bit. And it's so interesting that we live in a society that wants to push and push and push and make us do more and do more and do more. Right? It's almost, well, not almost, it is unhealthy. Right? It's unhealthy. So, well, I have lots to say about that. I do want to keep this limited, and I want to share some simple ways to bring rest into your life. I heard this quote from Dr. Terry Lyles. He's a psychologist, and he said, "Sleep is physical, rest is spiritual." I love that. Sleep is physical, because when we're asleep, we are not conscious so much. So the body has a chance to restore, repair, heal itself. Right? It gets to do the things that our body does. Thus, this is the season that our body really comes into restoration, and we should be giving it that time. But rest is spiritual. And isn't that the thing? If they whoever they are, if we can separate the bodies of us, and that being our physical, emotional, mental, energetic, and spiritual, if those could be all separated out and they aren't working holistically together, right, then there's a little bit more manipulation that can take place. And maybe that's why I'm noticing it, because I have worked for the last 4 years to really integrate these bodies. This is where holistic transformation came from, and then this enriched intuitive art practice that I have, which I do offer. So if you're curious about that, reach out. But what is, spiritual to you? And to me, that's my creativity, that's my intuition, that's the more of the subtleness, right? And the spiritual is what really weaves the other bodies together to work more holistically. So if we are exhausting the spiritual aspect of ourselves, we're just kind of like, yep, okay, yep, I'll say yes to the next thing. But is it really the thing you want to say yes to? I'll keep pushing through. I can rest in the spring. But our spirits need the rest. And I have noticed that as I offer more rest to myself, I actually get more done. The more I go into meditation, prayer, and contemplation, the more harmoniously I live in the world around me. It is very magical. It's very magical. So how can you bring rest into your life? How can you add more rest cycles throughout your day? The doctors are saying that every 2 hours we should have a rest cycle. Right? I know, that's what I said too, like, oh my gosh. If you have a 9 to 5, how do you do that? Right? How do you do that? So I was thinking, what are some ways that I add rest cycles into my life? And here are some of the 5 plus a little bonus one for you. The first one is turn away from social media, right? We hear this all the time. Turn away from social media. Turn it off. It is overstimulating. It just is. It's overstimulating. And for me, I also find that I feel less than by reading everybody else's social media posts. So taking a time throughout the day, or times throughout the day, where when you go to pick it up, just don't. Just don't. It also tends to suck time away. Now what I can't do is I can't fully turn off my phone. I feel too anxious. It's like leaving the house without my phone. My anxiety kicks in, right? It's really difficult. There are times that I force myself to do that, but that's very few and far between. It does make me anxious. But I will set the phone somewhere else and I will move away from wanting to scroll through social media. And that feels good. What do I do instead? I'll take a couple of minute meditation. I'll pick up a book. I'll pick up some crocheting. I'll splash a little paint on the canvas. Step outside. Wash the dishes. There's things that we can do and push away from social media. I often will turn on an audiobook. If I'm in the middle of doing things, I'll turn on an audiobook. But turning away from social media will help add a few moments of rest within our day. Take a hot bath and really creating a home spa-like setting. Like at the end of the day, just draw a hot bath, throw in some essential oils, maybe some botanicals or some herbs, light a few candles, leave the phone in the other room, right? And just slide into that hot water. Just feel yourself being engulfed in the aromatic scents that maybe you've added. Adding some, I like pink Himalayan salt, but Epsom salt is just fine. A little bit of baking soda. It's just a wonderful way to close the day. Get outside if the weather allows, and if the weather doesn't allow. So here being in southern Utah, I have a lot of sunshine. Might have a little chill in the air, but there's a lot of sunshine. So I'll take a few moments and wheel outside or walk outside and just turn my face to the sun, and I naturally want to smile. Smile at the sun, smile in my heart center, and that activates that love light within. You know, that light, that streaming light from the sun and the other stars that are out there, when we acknowledge, there's activation happening. So taking a moment to turn to the sun. Now, I know from being at the bog that not always is there sunshine, right? But you can still go outside. You can feel that cold, brisk air for just a few moments. Maybe it's been cloudy for several days. Just take a moment as you walk out to the car or you pass a tree to touch a tree, right? Really feel, smell, listen, communicate with nature, even if it's just for a few moments. Listen to hear if you hear birds. On the bog, I'm missing the coyotes right now. Right? Number 4, brew a cup of tea or coffee or cocoa. And when I say brew, it only takes 5 minutes maybe, but be attentive, intentional with the process. All the way from getting the water and honoring the water to heating it up. And I invite you to use a tea kettle versus the microwave, right? And the whole act of pouring and waiting for it to brew, taking those few moments to be really intentional in that, smelling it, doing it, and tasting that first sip. Better yet, enjoy that whole first cup or that whole cup is another way to add rest into your day, being mindful of that process. Number 5, turning on your favorite song, right? Like whatever it is. For me right now, it's Hold Me Closer, Elton John and Britney Spears' new song. Like I will turn it on and the cats will run, but I will wheel around in the chair or on the floor. I'll kind of move my body and sing to that song. Just a few moments, kind of moving the body around a little bit, belting out a song. It's the holidays. If you love Christmas music, sing that favorite Christmas song. But take a moment to be in the act of singing and moving and having fun. Have fun with it right now. Okay, here's the bonus. It's okay to say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. It's okay to say no. And remember that when you say no to something, you're actually saying yes to something else. and let that yes be. And this is the thing that's going to invite you to say no. Let that yes be you. You. You deserve to keep, and not only deserve, it's valuable for everyone around you, for all the things that you have to do, to only give from a full vessel. You have to keep yourself full. So saying yes to you is so important, and that's what's going to hold up those boundaries. If you need a permission slip, reach out to me. I will write you a permission slip. You can use it. It's good all holiday season. My goodness. Well, from my heart to yours, may you find moments of rest throughout the day, remembering that rest is spiritual. Below, I will have a list of the 5 simple ways to add rest into your life. I will also be sending, attached in this email, is a list of upcoming activities to join me, remembering that all I offer is through Sacred Commerce. And should you want to purchase an essential oil blend or spray or some of my new favorite things like these fun glasses. This one says Stay Wild, Moonchild. It's so fun to drink through a glass straw and a glass like this. It just feels a little more luxurious. I don't know. It just feels fun. Or you want to join, we are actually painting this tomorrow, and I am willing to, I have time set aside the next couple of weeks if anyone wants to do an online paint party with this, or in person if you're in St. George. Yeah. This one will be on a 12 by 12 canvas, and it's super easy peasy and so much fun. But even the things that I have, of course, there's material values that that I like to have exchanged back. But my time is always a sacred commerce. What is of value to you? And if you choose to use small businesses, I have several small businesses that I will recommend as you do your holiday shopping. So, sending you so much love, light, and so many blessings from my heart to yours.